if this does crash at all, my microphone audio could go up. Let's turn the desktop audio up. Fuck it. If people in the chat moan and say, the audio's too loud. Fuck off.
You've got volume buttons.
Yeah, you could turn
Yeah, exactly.
it on your end. The audio's... Yeah, it sounds good, so, okay. This laptop can handle this stream.
I was just I heard something about your laptop going down.
Okay,
so
so...
that moan. You had your moan the other day, didn't you?
I had a very long moan. I started a stream to moan about it. Today, ASUS got back to me. Okay, so there's a bit of a contradiction, really, with what... okay, so eBuyer, who I bought it from, said that ASUS will be... I'm going to say Asus, because fuck it, that's how I've always pronounced it. Fuck them. They don't deserve my respect at the moment. That they will replace the unit. Asus emailed me saying, no, they won't. They'll repair it. But then I get an email from DPD indicating an exchange of parcels. So when DPD collects this laptop, I'm receiving something as well, and I'm confused. Either way, I don't want this laptop anymore because of all the hassle Asus put me through. And I've sent an email to eBuyer indicating I want a refund because it's just not worth my time. Better off trying to fit a desktop into this room than putting up with that laptop, because I can't. If the machine is that untrustworthy that it will break like that so easily, how am I expected to trust it in the long term?
Let's see, if something major like that's happened, who's to say it's not going to happen again?
Exactly.
But usually if they do an exchange, they don't give you something similar. They give you the same thing, don't they?
Well, I've indicated that there is a desktop I'd rather replace. I'd rather do that if they could. If not, I'd rather a refund instead. My intention would be to stay purchasing a customer with eBuyer, but I'd rather go for a different unit altogether because I can't trust us to do it properly.
I've got an Asus, I don't know, motherboard. That seems to be okay.
Cool.
But I can't speak for that, so I've never had one.
Yeah, the one I'm using is by Asus. It's a crappy it's not a proper laptop.
The laptop
Sorry.
the laptop I'm using at the moment is an Asus. It is an X550cc. It's one I bought a year before I started on YouTube. I've had it for over 3 years and it still works. The one and the E don't work, but it still works better than the other one, even though this one is incredibly slow. Dear God, it's slow. So much slow. Oh, God.
Mind you, the one I'm using must be nearing 3 years old.
Yeah. This one definitely feels old. I wonder what computer years are in human years. Must be at least 20 years for every year we go through.
Well, the whole Moore's Law thing, yeah. You're buying obsolescence as soon as you buy it.
So to change the subject to something more light-hearted, tell me about this rum you bought.
Yeah, well, it's a diplomatical rum. It's sipping rum. I'm going to become a really poncy rum drinker, I think. It's sort of, they're trying to bring rum into kind of more into the whiskey world, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's, sipping like neat rum as opposed to mixing it with everything, which I've never done before. It was recommended to me by a tobacconist of all people, but they sell high-end booze as well.
Just so everyone in the stream now can... I've put an image of the bottle. I've downloaded off the website just so everyone can see the whiskey you're talking about. Sorry, rum.
No, it's rum. I've never tried. I don't usually drink neat drinks, and I certainly have not got the taste for whiskey. But this is a good starting point for me, at least.
What were you drinking the Pirates grog with?
Usually with Diet Coke or something. I know it sounds a terrible thing to do, but I like a long drink, and I don't drink beer.
Yeah, I don't drink beer either. I can't stand this stuff.
I just become a bit of an arsehole beer. Just notorious about it.
I just get very, very, very bloated, and I don't care for that.
I also seem to get stupidly drunk on beer.
Yeah, no, I never got never drunk, just bloated, and that annoyed me. I couldn't burp on call, or you just couldn't get the gas back up easily enough. Clearly, I needed someone to burp me.
I'm not a wine drinker either.
No, neither. Mulled wine is the only thing I'll touch. Everything else fucking sucks.
Have you ever had a red wine hangover?
I can't drink wine. It's disgusting. I've never found one. I've never found one I can actually stomach. I mean, I'll exclude rosé on the grounds that it's not really a wine.
It's more like red wine with a bit of food colouring.
Yeah.
White wine, sorry.
White wine, yeah.
They did an experiment a while back where they got a lot of like drinks connoisseurs, like wine connoisseurs in a room, and they served them a wine, and they were like in a fancy bottle, and they were, oh, this is amazing, fantastic. Turns out it was some cheap plonk they bought around the
cheap plonk.
And what was worse is that it was actually a white wine they'd coloured red.
Lovely. How much was this Diplomatico?
It's only 40 quid.
Really?
It's not like ridiculous.
I'll have to see about I'll see if I can get some money on I used to get money on my birthday. Not so much anymore, but if I do get any, I'll use it to get that.
Make sure you get a few of those, like I haven't got any of the small glasses. I'm drinking it out of my mug at the moment, which is just.
I have whiskey glasses. I'm good.
Yeah, I need to get some.
I've also got the taste. I have the snobbish tasting ones that hit if you have big noses, you can't sip from. Because they curve and then they come in closer towards the top. So if you've got a big nose,
a bit like brandy glasses, that kind of shape.
I guess so, yeah. But these are for whiskey. Maybe they're the same thing. Who gives a shit? But yeah, if you've got a big nose, you're fucked. You better afford a straw at that point.
I gotta be honest, this stuff is quite dangerous. I'm drinking it and I'm like, this doesn't taste as strong as it should taste, and it smells strong. But when you drink it, you don't get the usual kind of boozy kind of kick.
Right.
So, yeah. Kind of dangerous.
Yeah, you need the Blade Runner. You know the glasses that Deckard had. Square ones.
Well, I can't remember now.
You need the Deckard drinks whiskey in Blade Runner, but you can buy like the square glasses. I think they're about 60 quid for a pair, though. Yeah.
I got my my whiskey drinking glasses from mastermold.com for like a £5. But I've got other glasses of whiskey glasses with gift sets. They all look rather nice.
Apparently, there's essence of banana in this.
Hey.
Apparently.
I like banana. Banana's awesome.
Yeah. So it's like so it's a maple syrup, orange peel, brown sugar, and licorice. But I saw when I looked at another site, they mentioned something about banana.
Banana.
My palate must be shit because all it tastes like is booze.
Oh, I've had that before, like with some whiskey saying, "Oh, the complex tastes include vanilla," and I'm like, "You fucking what, mate?"
They got here like in the mouth. Oh no, that's a nose. The mouth. It's sweet toffee fudge
and a seductive and elegant finish. Yes, I'm looking at the. I'm like, I'm sorry. Am I supposed to envisage like people ballroom dancing or some shit?
Sounds like some sort of sexual activity, doesn't it?
Yeah. They normally have aftertaste as well, and I always wish they'd just be honest and say burning.
But it's like they do that on wine bottles as well, don't they, to try and sell wine. It's like, oh, it's like, apple and berries, and it's like, no, it's not. It just tastes like horrible gone off grapes.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, and on the subject of banana flavoured things, right? Okay, so I was in the local corner shop from me. Has all these kids sweets, and I went in there with my niece, and she was like, I want this banana thing, and it was basically a plastic thing shaped like a banana. I was like, probably has some Pez candy inside. No. It's a fucking banana spray. Like, and she didn't like it. Paid like £1.50 for this shit little banana spray. And I understood why. Dear God, that did not taste like banana.
What is it, like a kind of sugar syrup then or something?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. It felt like heresy in my mouth. I think something like I like things. I do like flavoured things. Like if I ever do drink vodka, which is very rare, I kind of like the flavoured ones like vanilla because that's quite easy to drink. Hell, I like it in that Jägermeister I mentioned the other week.
So, yeah, I'm going to be starting to look for some more of these sipping rums. And actually, it's a thing. I didn't know it was even a thing.
I kind of expect it. I mean, I fully expect there to be similar things with tequila as well.
Yeah, I mean, there was the was it Jose Cuervo gold tequila, and from what I'm understanding, is the gold. You know, obviously gold is actually aged in whiskey barrels.
That's the only way it should be.
And then, so it ends up with a more rounded taste, not like white tequila, which is just horrible.
Yeah,
it just tastes paint thinner. We always talk about booze, don't we? On the stream?
I'm okay with this. You guys sent me booze once. I'm okay with it.
Where's Andrew tonight? Is he out bowling again?
Probably is. He didn't indicate that he would or would not be here. So, I didn't get any DMs on it. In fact, the only DM I got was you with the that rum. No, he hasn't DM'd me.
Well, I've got too much rum now. I have to get through it before I start buying into sipping rum.
I would say
we're running out of space.
I have a cabinet downstairs with all my booze in it, but then I know I've got a massive box up in Norwich full of whiskey, lots of different whiskies. I wish they were here. Although I don't really, I need to get a shelf in here so I can put some of them on. But I know these shelves have a weight limit, so I've got to be a bit careful. Yeah.
Gotta be slightly careful. You gotta be slightly careful with you know, if you've got any teenagers around and booze cabinets.
See, this is where I'm lucky. The youngest person is my youngest sister, and she's in a. Oh, hang on a second. I gotta work this out. What year was she born? 89, maybe 90. That makes her late 20s anyway.
Yeah.
She's late 20s, and she doesn't drink. Her boyfriend, he does once in a blue moon with me, and I don't as much as I used to, so it's fine. If they ever have friends over and they go near that cupboard, honestly, I'm like a bullet. Get away from my booze, cunts.
Yeah, we were talking to
my stepsister, her second eldest son's 18, and she's found out he's slowly been like just stealing everything from her drinks cabinet, like even like the Drambuie and stuff like that.
I remember when I was 17, I was about to turn 18, and I lived in Lowestoft on a road called Britain Road. Now behind that road, the one on the other side, there was a park between the back of our house and the Texaco garage on the other side that sold alcohol, and also a Kirkley High School in Lowestoft, a school made famous, and I lived there at the time. I got a picture with him because Gene Simmons went to that school and created a band from some of the students.
Oh, I remember that show.
Yeah, well, that was the school my two sisters went to, and I got to meet the guy. I got a picture. It was brilliant. But Texaco was the only place that would sell me booze, and the only thing I could get from them was Smirnoff Ice Black ice. The pop, the what do you call those? Oh, his name was
Alco Pops.
Alco Pop. Thank you. Yeah. I used to love those. I never understood why. I still to this day, I now don't understand why so much, because I wasn't getting buzzed, I wasn't getting drunk, but there was kind of a mini thrill about being able to get served at such a young age. Even though when I went to uni, I had to get a driver's license because no one at uni or around Norwich believed I was old enough, even though I was 2 years older than my housemates, all of whom could get served. It was rather triggering.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's double-edged swords, that, because obviously, if you're too young when you look too young when you're and then when you get old, and you may, if you don't pack on the weight and stuff, you look younger than you are. And me and Joe, for our age, I think we look all right. Our neighbour, he looks terrible, and he's only like 32.
I know what you look like. You don't look too old.
That's because we haven't got children.
You know what it's called?
Stress.
It's called a full night's sleep.
Yeah.
Although,
we don't get
if
10
you're-
years of sleep nights.
If you're dependent on coffee, age will catch up with you soon enough.
Yeah, saying that, I've actually had to cut down my coffee. So,
Ah,
a bit-
but has your better
panic.
half?
No,
Ah.
I need caffeine to
I
function.
need
'cause-
it.
Yeah, but I'm horrendously anemic at the moment. So caffeine, I'm just be asleep all the time.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a panic attack?
Me, I had my first panic attack at the age of 15.
Okay, so yes. Yeah, well, I've only had about two in my life, and I had one the other day, and I think it was due to too much caffeine. I was sitting down, and I just felt my heart just starting to race, and I was just convinced I was having a heart attack. I was like, "Oh God, what have I done with myself?" And then it passed, but fucking hell.
I think the problem I've had in my lifetime 4. One at 15, just before my mock GCSE exams. 17. Don't even know why. I don't even know why the first one happened, or the second, to this day. Third one was when I was like 19, so there was a 2-year gap, and then we skip about 12 years to about 6 months ago, just before I was diagnosed with depression. And I ended up sitting in the Discord voice chat on my server, and I think I was talking to Miss Steam and Laura, and I fell asleep with the voice chat still on, and apparently Laura had to go to bed, but Miss Steam was still there listening to me mumble to myself while I was asleep, because I couldn't get to sleep beforehand because the anxiety was killing me. It was horrible. I don't know why it happened. Then again, I don't drink caffeine much, not anymore. I mean, for like the first 10 months after Mum died, I was on like 4 cans of Monster a day, which is obviously too much. And then I just stopped, and it yeah.
Crash.
Yeah.
That's why I'm feeling like shit today. Cause I'm just like,
Yeah.
caffeine come down.
Unlike my sisters, though, I'm very good at hiding my feelings, anger, angst, that all those poxy emotions.
You just bottle it up and it explodes.
Yeah, but then I just go and hide in a corner somewhere. But the anxiety is not easy to hide. It's not easy to hide at all. So yeah, I don't like that, but I can understand the caffeine element being a problem.
Yeah, I think it's I don't know. It was a combination of things. Having a week off and just trying to relax again, and then and staying up too late many nights, and then too much caffeine. It all kind of came together, and sort of heart was. It's just really you become really hyper aware of your own heart. It's like shouldn't
For
be
me,
beating that hard.
it was obsessing over my breathing. Like I was thinking about it non-stop. If my nose got slightly blocked, I was worried that I wouldn't be able to unblock my nose, which it's very irrational. I don't like that.
Yeah, but anxiety does make you become irrational about stuff that you shouldn't be.
I'm dead inside, so I don't like this.
I think the breathing thing's the worst, because then you feel like you're suffocating as well.
Yeah. Actually, I have to admit, in the last, because it was a sort of like gastrointestinal distress that caused that anxiety. It wasn't. I don't think it was depression so much, because there's this new pizza place, and my sister bought pizza from there, and it's amazing. It really is. But the next day, my body went into full-on meltdown. I didn't think much of it. I thought maybe it was just my body was just having a moment. I don't know, it's on its period or something. 2 months later, so 2 months into this antidepressant crap, and my sister bought the same pizza again. And I thought, yum. Had it. Next day, the exact same thing happened. It completely circumvented all the antidepressants. So I'm inclined to believe that there's something in that my body doesn't like. I need to run some extensive tests on a slice of pizza.
But when you say meltdown, I'm not following. Is it? Did you? What happened?
My stomach went nuts. My intestines were hurting. I couldn't breathe properly. It was causing me to hyperventilate.
Damn.
I clearly need to fire up the
That's
portable
not bad.
spectrometer.
That sounds like an allergic reaction.
That's
to
what
something.
I think it is. That's why I need to order that pizza again and not eat it. But give it to someone else who will test it. I don't mean taste test. But I do want to know what's in it that caused me the problem, because that caused the anxiety that put me...
What pizza was it? Like a meat feast or something?
It was a meat feast, yeah. Barbecue-based meat feast pizza. And it was good. It was so fucking good. I will say, actually, the one thing... There was one thing I didn't like so much. Actually, it was the meatballs. They were kind of soft. They were too soft.
Yeah, I mean, I had a bad experience with a meatball sub once.
Subway?
Yeah, meatball marinara, whatever it is.
Marinara.
Marinara. I'm British, mate.
It was meatballs and extra sauce.
Yeah, I was farting ill on the front lawn.
I haven't had one of those in a long time, but I loved getting like a foot-long meatball marinara sauce with extra cheese slices. I actually quite liked it.
I can't eat Subway. Every time I've had it recently, it's just given me food poisoning, and I've spent days throwing up afterwards.
But I haven't had Subway in like 5 years, so whether it's any good now, I don't know.
I guess it depends, because it's all franchises. It depends on where you go.
Yeah, they used to have one here in my town, but they closed it down, and I believe they're opening a McDonald's here, which I honestly is a bad idea. This town's full of old people. You don't want a McDonald's here. But I think they're trying to rejuvenate Deal. I kind of get it, because they've got they've got a Costa on one side, a Starbucks on the other side of the high street.
I'm surprised they don't have a Nero's and...
Yeah, but
actually, they are opening a Nero, which is so good.
Yeah.
Their toasted sandwiches are brilliant, and I love the coffee.
Yeah, that's my go-to when I go into Portland.
Costa sucks dick. And Starbucks is worse. Starbucks is worse.
Costa's only good in the winter because they do the spiced apple.
Okay. The guy who gives me outsources work to me, he does the windows for Costa and Starbucks. The other day, they gave him a bottle of the pumpkin spice stuff they put in the lattes, because he's a fucking girl.
Oh, that stuff's rank.
I like pumpkin only in one place, in a pie.
The only place I will tolerate pumpkin is carved with a candle on my doorstep.
Say lantern. I can tolerate lanterns. We had 3 this year. My sister forgot to put the candles in them, and wonder why less kids came to the door. Didn't they see my pumpkins? No, you fucking forgot to put the fucking candles in, you retard. Genius. Alco Pops are pure gut rot.
Yep.
I wouldn't say they're gut rot, because they're too... They're just... You're just drinking fizzy pop. That's it. It's not really gut rot.
I'm kind of glad that disappeared. Well, I mean, it's still kind of around. You can still get a Bacardi Breeze occasionally. What
was the really popular one?
It was WKD.
No. There's one other one. WKD Blue, of course. Smirnoff. But there was one that came before it.
Oh, that Hooch.
Hooch, yes. Fuck me, that stuff was bad.
Yes, it was.
Oh, that was bad. I remember on a pub quiz, right? My team came second, I think, so we were the first losers. But we got to pick either a case of WKD Blue or Hooch. And my housemate said, "We'll go with Hooch." I'm like, "You really? No. Can I have the WKD Blue instead, just for me? So when I watch them suffer, I can at least have something moderate to drink." Oh, idiots!
Yeah, it was evil, but like round here, it was one of the only things you could get away with buying when you were underage.
Very true. I think Alco Pops were just too simple. But then again, I remember getting shouted at by parents who were like, you should have age restrictions on Red Bull. It has stuff that messes with your heart. It does. but
Yeah.
it's not age restricted. I don't care.
Oh, it must have been about 10 years ago. I got ID'd to buy a Red Bull.
I've never been ID'd to buy energy drinks.
But I think it was a Sainsbury's next to a school, and the school had complained.
Amazing.
I was like, I'm in my 20s. I think I left secondary school quite a while ago.
Like they care though, huh? Wait. Do they have a clear rum? This Diplomatico.
I've only really just looked into it. So
Okay, they've got one here. Sorry, I got distracted. Planus is an extraordinary blend of pot, still, column, and batch kettle rums, aged up to 6. It's a white rum. Okay. Fresh and tropical aromas like ground coffee and coconut in the aromas of a. Okay, the last time I had white rum, okay, it was like a finger shot in a glass, and I was 15 years old. Okay. Yeah, hardcore. It was 67%, or was it 70? Doesn't matter. It was pretty high. For a 15-year-old, that's pretty bad. It took me 3 cans of Coke to get the taste out of my mouth. I was burping all fucking night, and I was hammered after that one shot.
My dad did something similar to me when I was 15, 16. He gave me a shot of grappa.
Grappa?
Yes, because my dad was mean to me.
Wow, that's love.
Yeah.
That's love for you, man. That's love. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't a pleasant experience.
The closest thing I've had was going to Spain and my dad saying, "Yeah, have the after dinner, shots they give you. I mean, it's only liqueur." Well, I was only like 12.
When I was a kid, okay, so when I was a kid up to the age of 10, well, actually, it was most of my childhood actually. But there was a ritual when I was from like the age of 4 onwards. On Christmas Day, we would have our dinner, and with it, we'd either have either a glass of Bucks Fizz or a glass of rosé, which is why I don't mind rosé. Bucks Fizz, by the way, is amazing, honestly.
Yeah.
And so for most of my childhood, we went through that. But as a young child, I watched my 3-year-old sister. Right, I was 2 years older, and I watched her drink Bucks Fizz, and then because the glass, obviously she's 3 years old, she's then totally fucked and doing the funniest shit I'd ever seen a 3-year-old do. Like, I think at one point, we have quite a long room. The house was quite big. It was a semi-detached house. So from one side of the house, she ran to the other side because she said if she jumped in the fire, she'd be able to catch up to Santa. She was convinced she'd be able to catch him. Oh shit! Honestly, at some point I had to wonder if that was child abuse or if they did it because they wanted the £250 you'd get for you being framed. Recover some of the expenses from all those presents they used to buy. Idiots.
Just sent you a link to a gift set with that rum.
Have you?
It comes with the 2 glasses.
I think not quite the same with whiskey ones. They're different, but that looks amazing.
I can't sing its praises enough. It's really, really good.
I wish I had the money for that, but not yet. I just have to indicate something on here, right? So, details. A handsomely presented gift with 2 glasses accompanying a bottle of Venezuela's greatest export. Only export. Equally stunning and lips matte. Whatever. The bottle I love the matte black finish on the bottle. And the glasses look great too. Yeah.
I want to get some of these glasses now.
I'll have to save that webpage for now. So I don't forget. I'll have to link that to Laura because she likes her rum, and she's on Discord. So I'll just yes.
Oh great! Okay, yeah. Aroma tasting glass, £1.35. Solid.
I'll have to whiskey drinking glasses. I'm going to show you a picture of whiskey drinking glasses because they're a bit more. There's a bit more snob to them. Yeah, it's the best picture actually. Drag to desktop. Right. I'll drag it onto. I'll.
See it on Discord as well because I've got the stream on.
Yeah. I just got to open the right chat because I didn't have the correct chat open. Whiskey drinking glasses are quite small. They're really small. Okay. This is a reasonable example.
Oh yeah.
Your little finger will wrap around the base of that. That's how small it is.
I think that's what we actually tasted that the rum in the store.
And I will, for everyone else in the chat, in the hangout, I'll pull an image up of it so everyone else can see it. Oh great, it's a fucking huge image. There we go. So a whiskey drinking glass is a lot smaller. But it's meant to be you're meant to be able to sniff your drink properly and everything, so the scent is quite the top is quite small, so you get all the smell. There's also the thing with whiskey. For every year that whiskey is aged, that when it is in your mouth, it stays for a second. So 1 second for each year. So if you have a 60-year-old Glenlivet, your tongue is going to lose a lot of feeling. Yeah, let's do that. There we go.
I guess you don't get the same thing with drinking rum out of a coffee, a tea mug.
Probably not. Probably not.
It's just not like a plastic glass, though. Well, it's a stupid thing to say, plastic glass, plastic cup.
I'm not sure. Oh dear, hang on a second. What am I doing? Do as you're told, laptop. There we go.
It's Glencairn whiskey glass. Is that what they are called?
Glencairn.
Glencairn. Okay.
Yes. I'm a snob. I know the whiskey names. So that is one called. Actually, I think I've told you this, but I will spell it for you. I've written it in the chat on Discord. That is the name of a whiskey. Pronounce it.
Oh God, I've had a couple of rums, mate.
Even better. Ooh, blimey.
Bunnahabhain?
Bunnahabhain, yes.
Bunnahabhain, okay.
Yeah.
Not far off.
Not
bad
far
for a
off,
first go.
but a lot of my friends that drank that would be like, it's Bunnahabhain. And I kind of understood where they were coming from.
Yeah, it's one of those words, if you don't know how to say it, it's like Leicester.
Oh, yeah. Shit, Leicester. I think we've run out of booze to talk about. Unless you bought some gin recently.
Oh, yes, I have actually.
Lol.
I bought like little, like 50ml bottle of unicorn tears.
Oh, you bitch! I was about to ask you about that. I was literally just about to ask you. I really want it.
But even better, they must only release it. Firebox must only do it around Christmas. It's black and glittery.
I really want a bottle. I really do.
I couldn't resist, especially as it's like black and kind of. It's not really glittery. It's more shimmery. I haven't tried it yet.
Oh yeah, Unicorn Tears Black Gin Liqueur, £8.99. Yeah. Oh, I really want some.
I really want to try the Phoenix Tears.
The Phoenix Tears. Yeah, I remember telling you about that. Yeah.
Because from the description as well on Firebox's website, it sounds really.
On the recommendeds on this, right? You've got the Unicorn Tears, which looks like nail varnish.
Yeah, mermaid. They do mermaid tears vodka as well.
No. That okay? Hang on. That isn't on this page, but what I'm looking at. But what's referenced, I really like the sound of, is the fucking strong coffee liqueur.
I know.
Fucking strong coffee. Mermaid vodka. I need to see that. I have to see that.
Yeah, it's mermaid tears vodka.
Ah. Mermaid Tears vodka. Okay. Is it like a vodka or a liqueur? Oh, it's actually a It's actually a vodka. Is it made by the same company?
Yeah, they're all made by Firebox.
Yeah, it's on firebox.com. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Do a green beer as well.
Along with
I think it's
fucking
like
strong coffee.
Yeah, I think it's like that's like a really unappealing bright green.
I just want to have a bottle called fucking strong coffee now. Sounds amazing. Mermaid Tears. Is it shimmery as well? Let's have a look.
I think so. Yeah, that seems to be like their thing.
Before you say it, yes, it's possible to cry underwater. Right. Glittery haze. So yeah, I wonder if there's any. There's no mention of. I guess with vodka, it's not really a connoisseur thing, is it?
Really?
I'm not a snob though, so I wouldn't know. Let's have a look. PHO, nothing. Yeah, there we go. Phoenix Tears, $39.99. Out of stock. It looks like nail varnish. It really does.
It does, yeah. I was really hoping they did that as a but don't.
I've linked Phoenix Tears in the chat so everyone else on the stream can see it. It is quite nice looking.
But it's got really good reviews as well.
Yeah, it kind of yeah.
Just found another Supreme one called El Dorado. It's
isn't that the name of a Cadillac?
I think it's never for a bunch of things. Was it place in? I can't remember, what was it?
Yeah, it's City of Gold, isn't it?
City of Gold. Yeah, it's 25 years old. So it was bottled in 1988. It's $500 a bottle.
Damn, I was 2 then. You were older, weren't you?
Oh yes, clearly.
10.
Oh wow, you were born in the 70s. You poor thing.
Yeah.
Well, the last of the 70s.
I saw, well, a month of the 70s.
That's sad. Stretch. There we go.
Still looks bizarre when I put my date of birth is 1979 on things. It looks wrong. How old am I?
You see it and you're like,
shit, what the fuck? How'd that happen?
I'm still playing video games.
Well, I'm really not a proper grown up. I've just subscribed to that in a box, like the Funko Pop figures.
Oh, I get a month. I've got a monthly subscription. I originally had the light version, so I didn't get the full version of it. But I'm with my Geek box. So every month I just get a full box with like T-shirts, badges, and Funkos and stuff. Like last month I got a Superman apron. No joke. I got a fucking apron. But I got loads of other stuff as well in there, which I sometimes share with like my nephew, nieces, because it's nice to share. Oh, I also got this. Hang on, I'll just reach up over my head here. This kawaii cube of Killer Croc. If I pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry, but it's just a square beanbag essentially from Suicide Squad. Are you still there?
Yeah, sir.
Yep.
All right. I've gone completely dead for a second.
So I wasn't following that at all. So you got Killer Croc. What was that called?
Kawaii cubes. It's just a cube beanbag Suicide Squad character thing. I don't know what the word kawaii means. I really
Means
don't.
cute.
Does it? Cute
Yep.
cube. Okay. Well, now I know. I now will replace that name with gay.
So I guess we're kind of running out of the old booze talk now.
Yeah, we only went 41 minutes on it.
Yeah, not bad. What's actually? I can't just think of what's happened this week.
Let's see. Trump retweeted some far right stuff, which is hilarious. Let's see. Parliament went into meltdown over this. Like, oh, we should arrest him.
I think meltdown's an understatement.
You can't arrest the US president, motherfucker. Parliament's obviously having issues with Brexit.
Just for a change.
Oh, and obviously there was people still talking about that engagement. I saw earlier. I haven't seen this video. I haven't seen the video yet. But Millennial Woes, an alt-right fag, he made a video about race mixing in reference to the royal engagement. I'm like, I just don't give a shit. just let Harry go black, okay? He's ginger. Give him that, okay? He needs something good because he's ginger. Seriously, have you seen?
Does anyone actually really care that he's getting married?
This is the thing. With like Will, I kind of got it because he will be king. Harry will never be king. Harry, he's going to be a distant relative one day. No one gives a shit. He's going to be the annoying. For God's sake, it wasn't that long ago. He was dressing up as a Nazi.
Give it. He's going to become like the Fergie of once he gets to middle age, isn't he?
Bankrupt and begging for cash.
I think what happened to her. She got divorced from Andrew, didn't she?
I don't know, but I know she obviously Beatrice and Eugenia. I guess no one gives a shit because they're irrelevant.
Yeah, I think they came into the bowling alley I worked in once, and someone said to me, "Oh, there's a princess over there." I was like, "Who?" It's just another random child. It's like,
yeah. See, if unless they're the immediate successor to the throne, I really don't give a shit. Even Charles, I don't really give a shit about. Let's face it, if he gets the throne, it's going to be for 5 minutes.
Yeah, pressure will just crush him and you'll just go senile.
Yeah, let's face it. If you talk about Charles, you have to talk about Diana, and Diana's the darling. He'll always be the king that should have had the Queen, Diana.
And what's her name again?
Camilla.
Camilla. Oh God, even the name sounds terrible.
Camilla Parker Bowles.
Yeah, that's a strange trade, I think.
Yeah, but wasn't she meant to be like his, like all of that crap?
Wait, sorry, I missed that.
Wasn't Camilla meant to be like his one true love?
Yeah.
Like all of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure there's Paul. What's his name? Paul Burrell's probably done an expose in a book somewhere.
Paul Burrell, for fuck's sake, is taking dick to get more attention.
I know he's every time anything royal related, he just pops up. It's like he's an expert on everything.
I bet when he goes to bed at night with his husband, he puts a crown on his husband's dick, draws a face on it, and says, "Hello, Diana."
Yeah. Enter me.
I can imagine Paul Burrell saying that now.
Doesn't help. He's also packed on weight as well, isn't he?
Oh, he's got the fatter face, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got the wide face going on. It's like, what the hell? He didn't have a particularly slim face to start with.
I'll be honest. At this point now, if things go into that face, it's never coming out.
But I'm sure they wheeled him out recently because Harry's getting married and conversation around to the fact that he's gay now and married.
Yeah, they want to talk about, how Diana would feel about this. No, I just don't give a shit. I really don't. And if he can, I'm sure he would actually turn the subject onto his faggotry.
Well, now he's got victim points.
The lucky motherfucker.
Because, being a straight white male, can't get on TV with that.
But take a dick or two, cha-ching. Oh, that's
But
amazing.
I got to give it. I mean, Piers Morgan on morning TV these days.
Yeah.
He still annoys the crap out of me, but I just like the fact he just causes chaos. If he could take the opposing view on anything, he will.
Yeah, he does seem to like playing devil's advocate. I can't tell if he's trolling or not.
The other day, there was something to do with some woman in charge of girls' school tweeting about didn't want people to say hello, ladies, because that might offend some. And they had her on the phone and Piers
I always like the way
into her.
I always like the way Val Venus said it. It's like in a gravelly "Hello, ladies," as if somehow that turned them all on. WWE at the time was like, "Yeah, we need to make a porn star wrestler. It's called Val Venus. Hey, Val Venus, where's your penis?" Just saying. That's my contribution.
I just mentioned, I'm still cracking on with the old guitar.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How's that going?
It's not bad. I'm struggling with the fucking F chord though.
How?
Fucking F chord. Well, you've got to hold the first two strings down on the first fret, and then hold the.
You've stretched your fingers a bit, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm still getting used to it.
You don't have to push two down with two fingers though. You can do it with one finger. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing with it on the B. Was it? I'm still working out the D and E.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the G and the D. I'm holding with the other two fingers. Yeah, I'm getting there slowly. I'm not rushing it. I'm not planning to be the next rock god or anything. I just want to learn how to play the guitar.
Okay, that's all cool. By the way, Andrew has now said won't be on long day at work and needs to do some stuff before bowling. Gay.
No commitment these days.
Now, what's this thing I see in the chat? So what is JF's reply to Krauts? I don't know what that's about. Fuck it. Have either of you watched Krauts videos on the alt-right?
I think I subbed him a while back.
Why is that?
I just it just wasn't doing it for me. I don't know why. It was
just can't crack one off that voice.
No, I can't, mate. No. Well, I don't know. Maybe I am. Let me just log in. I don't. Maybe I'm not getting alerts. Sometimes I'm not getting alerts from some people.
Fair enough. He's been doing some videos on the alt-right. It's been rather interesting to see the reaction to it. And by the way, I've been watching that guy you like, Count Dibula. He really needs to turn that volume down.
Yeah.
His audio is so loud. Even when I put it on the lowest fucking setting.
But he's kind of diamond in the rough, isn't he? He doesn't post a huge amount. He's only got 298 subscribers.
But he's growing. And he has that Monday morning moron thing.
Yeah, he's a bit more right wing than some other people I watch. But again, I don't mind. I
don't think the political leaning matters as long as you can argue
time,
position soundly. Which is where it gets quite tricky with the alt-right, because a lot of they do use a lot of evidence to that you need to address or debunk, and it gets quite tricky. And I say tricky loosely.
So
to me, they're all just fags.
The problem is some people aren't even willing to enter into any kind of discussion.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm right. That's it.
That's interesting. It's interesting you mention that, actually, because Amos Yee is still doing his rounds, and I have it up still. I managed half so far all day because I couldn't be bothered to watch Amos Yee versus Blair White, Hunter Avalon, Roaming Millennial, Destiny. My name is Josephine. Although I think Destiny was being a dick and was basically on Amos's side. I still think, and I stand by it, that Amos Yee is a troll. But I do want to, at some point, make a video addressing the main talking points from people who are pro-paedophilia without using anyone's video or mentioning any names, because I don't want to promote those kind of people on my channel. Just to address the arguments and debunk them. Like, okay, so if I pull up pull up my Twitter because I had a conversation with ESET about this, and if Twitter can be bothered to load up fast enough, I can read something we talked about.
Hasn't some of them come up with these quite benign sounding acronyms for, like, something along the lines of I know.
It's the whole MAP thing, isn't it?
MAP, is that it?
It's a minor attracted person, apparently.
Yeah, it's trying to kind of soften the...
Because that makes it all right, calling it something different.
It's a condition.
Yeah, okay, so talking points. Let's see if I go up. How many people have seriously thought... Okay, a bit further. Okay, right. So the main talking points. Parents decide for kids because kids don't know about consequences. A kid has no concept of sex. 2. Sex with a kid is only pleasant to an adult. Kids don't have the bodily functions developed to enjoy it. 3. There's always high risk of permanent damage. 4. Abusive parents do get their kids taken away for a reason. Allowing kids to snowboard is for the intention of the kid having fun. Letting adults fuck them, not. Let's see, there's more. Hang on. Oh, where's 5? 5. It's easy to persuade children into doing as you want because they have the ingrained obey to the trusted person part. 6. Even if we would for a moment assume that kids could give consent and enjoy it, it's not informed, because children not only lack information about this, but also the thinking about consequences. They don't have the ability to think, I must use a condom because later I might have an STD. There was a 7th, where is it? Nope, I've lost it, fuck it. There are 7 points anyway. At some point I'm going to make videos on each of those. Well, they're going to be a bit more well structured. He said nice. We also had this thing, we were talking about it, and it occurred to me that there's a very fine line between... there's nothing... Okay, there is something wrong with people who are paedophiles. It's an obvious problem. But then
totally.
There's the obvious... that when people act on it, that person, while they could still be called a paedophile, they're not just a paedophile anymore. They're a child abuser. They're a rapist.
And a criminal.
And, yeah. I have mentioned many times, younger me would have cut their genitals off, put them in a glass container, and had them put in their cell so they could watch them rot. In current year, I'd be a little bit more vindictive. I'd be the person that would be okay telling everyone in their block where they're set, but they're put in prison, that they touch kids, and just leaving them to it. Because you know what's going to happen. Many shanks will be created, and they will be stabbed like there's no tomorrow.
Well, that stuff always gets into things. That's why Ian Huntley, he's in like segregation.
To be fair, it wasn't... hang on, there was somebody... a very famous British prisoner. Wasn't it Ronnie Biggs? Who found out the great train robber, even though he wasn't really that great. He was like one of the fall guys at the end. He was in the prison with him, wasn't he? And I think he wanted him dead.
I didn't hear about this. But
I'll quickly look it up and confirm.
Was it Ronnie Briggs? Wasn't he like super old when he went to prison?
Yeah, he's the one that pissed off to Spain for years and lived on all the money.
Brazil.
Came back
okay, here we go.
voluntarily.
Actually, yeah, I'm right. Soham killer Ian Huntley. Let's see. Had an amazing prison bust up with Ronnie Biggs. Wheelchair bound. Fuck off with your ads, you piece of shit. Seriously, Google, what is wrong with you?
Ad blocker.
They've popped an ad on this. I have to fucking click it. Fuck off with your ad, Google. Skip server, you piece of shit. No joke. Yeah, he threw a wheelchair-bound great train robber reacted with fury when Huntley tried to shake his hand. Biggs threw a board and a box of tissues at the man who murdered schoolgirls. All hell broke loose, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, they had a fight. Which I think is brilliant. Train robber has standards. Train robber's only a train robber. He's not a... Well...
Yeah, apparently he's not a train robber.
Yeah, there's that too. Oh dear, oh dear.
I have heard. I'm sure not long ago there was a case of some pedo that was found in a prison cell in less than optimal state. It's something like junk cut off and shoved down their throats, or something like that.
And yeah, I heard about the
Yeah.
was it Venables, one of the Bulgar killers, found with child porn again. At this point, because he has anonymity and he always has. At this point, because he's convicted, proven, I have no problem putting him on blast. Sorry, but not sorry. Line crossed, convicted, caught, fuck off.
But this isn't the first time it's happened, has it? 'Cause there was something a few years back, wasn't there?
Some people might say it's an unpopular thing to say, but this is why my stance is: if you haven't been convicted of a crime like this, but you're being charged with one, until you are convicted of rape or child rape, I want to distinguish the two because obviously one's paedophilia, not paedophilia, but involves it. Whatever. I think you should remain anonymous until convicted. Once convicted, sorry, but the anonymity's gone.
Yeah.
But I think that should apply for cases beforehand. Like all those rapes that we hear about where it ruins people's lives. They should be anonymous until.
Yeah, and this is being the whole listen and believe thing, and this whole witch hunt that's happening at the moment in Hollywood, which, like we've said before on stream, if these guys did what they did and there was actual, either sexual misconduct or rape, or indecent exposure, whatever that is. But the problem is this stuff is incredibly hard to prove.
This actually raises an interesting. I've seen some tweets involving the guy that has accused Kevin Spacey of whatever it was Kevin Spacey did to him 30 years ago, and somebody tweeted back, "You've made a claim, you've not provided any evidence, and also, what he did to you back then at the time was not illegal." Which is rather interesting. I'm not going to take Spacey's side, but at the same time, his career is over because of an accusation, and only an accusation, and the moral outrage that followed.
Yeah, because we watched Baby Driver the other week. We were both like, that's probably one of the last films you're ever going to see Kevin Spacey.
Is that any good?
It's all right.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's worth a watch. But the thing is, did it have to happen? No. It was he's like one of the arseholes of Hollywood. I don't think he was. And maybe I'm wrong. I haven't really followed his career that closely, but it just seems like we're just going to hoist this guy up because he's white now. I guess I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know if that was part of it, but it definitely male.
I don't really understand it. I stand by my previous remarks. If you're going to do this, you're obviously, if you're doing it in this way, you're not doing it to raise awareness. I don't think. I think in these instances with Hollywood, you're doing it for the attention. And I think unless you're actually going to pursue criminal charges, that really is the case.
I think there have been a few people that have come out, and it's been convenient timing for when they've got a film or something coming out.
Yeah, it's not like
the Jimmy. So skeptical.
Yeah, it's not like the Jimmy Savile thing where I get it. The BBC protected him. This is why no one likes the BBC. They protected a paedophile. That is disgusting. The BBC is complicit. The BBC should be defunded, sold off, and fucking abolished. And, save Doctor Who, please. Someone save it. For fuck's sake, save it.
But if it goes to Channel 5, it would just be product placements and adverts for 5 minutes.
Just put Doctor Who on Netflix, for fuck's sake. Stop being dickheads about it. I might cry now. What else has happened this week? Anything? I can't think of anything.
No, it's been a bit of a slow news week.
I would say we could talk about booze again, but I think we've run out of that.
Yeah, run out of booze.
Oh, that would be pretty damn tragic.
We finally got to see Blade Runner 2049.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, see it.
Not seen it. I watched
It's
Despicable Me 3 today. That was my day. Not that good, personally. I don't think it was, anyway.
I don't think it was ever meant to be a trilogy.
The lack of minions triggered me.
No minions, so there's no point watching it.
There was barely any in there. I just didn't see the point. And Laura, the rum's always gone because you keep drinking it. You disgust me. Well, okay, if we have run out of topics, you okay with me ending this?
Fine with me.
Yeah.
Alright.